Alright guys, tonight on Right Turn Garage TV, I finally got this tool in that I've been wanting. I tried to use my buddy Iroc's clutch alignment tool, and I bet you Iroc could have got it working, but you know, I just wasn't real. I mean, it was a Unifit. It probably worked on a 5-speed before, but I don't know. I've always done it with the little plastic, you know, thing in the kit. Well, in the clutch kit. I don't have that this time because this was a used clutch. So, looky here. This here is for a T5 26 line and a T56 transmission. Perfect size, perfect teeth, and it ought to do wonderful things here. This is from Ram Clutches, and that's the part number. Double check to make sure it fits your application. Don't take my word for it because I haven't tried it yet. We're getting ready to try it right now though. We'll slide this in and hopefully we got good alignment. If we do, we're going to tighten down the clutch. Then this beautiful bell housing is going to go in there. Oh yeah. Put that bad bird in there and put that clutch fork over there if we feel good. And maybe even this old, you know, the old T5-ish. Then we might see how good we align that hole in the floor. Hopefully we did pretty good. I think we did. I think we nailed it. Not gonna lie. One, because the hole's big enough, and I'm pretty sure it's wide enough. I think. Yeah, we nailed it. We got this. Got this, man. I ain't even worried about it. No, not really. But anyway, I've been waiting for this to come in. Ordered it off the line, and this ought to make life a lot better. So let's just see. If you remember last time, I was trying to fit the last clutch alignment tool in there, and it kind of had just a little bit too much play than what I liked or what I felt comfortable adjusting for. Iroc, I know you're right. You're awesome though, and I'm just mediocre, so I'm gonna go with this. And hopefully, all right, so this is a center force clutch. I'm gonna slide that bad boy right in there, and holy cow guys, that is dead money. That, can you see that? Like, there's where it's at, boys. That's where she is. That's yeah, that's getting locked down. That's perfect. And I'm not kidding you, that sucker, that's yeah, slid it right in there, and that sucker, I feel 100% confident is 100% lined up. So we're going to tighten all these bolts. I don't remember how many there is, 5 or 6 or 12, or I don't really remember. But you're going to want to tighten all these down. Then you just slide the clutch alignment tool out, and then haha, I think we're good for our bell housing. What do you think? Let's try it. So I'm not gonna that tastes very good. Anyway, I'm not gonna bore you with tightening down bolts, and I'll probably just go ahead and slide the bell housing on, and then we'll see where we're going from there, because I'm not even sure right now. All right, so just give me 1 minute. Well, happy to report everything went pretty good. Shoot, I forgot. Watching the movie. Hold on. Hey guys, how do I look? This is just the right kind of distraction here. Horrible bosses too. Gotta like it. We're love it. Whatever. Anyway, so I probably should have told you. Or actually, I'm gonna tell you now. On your flywheel. Darn, I ain't got. Okay, I'll just use this for an example. Let's just say there's 5 bolts here. You should do it like a wheel, star pattern, and a little by little, so you don't bind the forks, because that absolutely can happen. Secondly, you might want to grease the tool. because mine, it was snug, and they're supposed to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put me some grease right in here. Make sure there's nothing in those splines there. And then hopefully we're just going to manhandle it up in there. We might throw a jack under there, just a little bit of stability. But I'd say for the most part, we're probably just going to try to, you know, manhandle it up there just a little bit. And if you're anything like me, you lost about 90% of the fluid that's in that baby. So don't worry. All it is Dextron or Mercron, regular automatic transmission fluid, and it says it right there. See, this one says Dextron 2. And the reason why it says Dextron 2 is because there wasn't anything else around in 1988 or 92 or whatever. At least I don't think there was. I'm talking about for overall General Motors use. Of course, they had Type F and all that good kind of stuff. I'm just saying what they were using new at that time. So, anyway, that is your fill hole. That's your drain hole. You can take a 3/8 ratchet, break it loose. Then you can take you that same 3/8 hose that we used on the old Commando and stick it on the end of, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but that's okay. Because the reason why I'm showing you this, here it is, perfect. Now this come from a 80-90 weight bottle, you know, differential fluid, or no, come from that, whatever kind of differential fluids in that, because that's where I changed the oil ring seal or wheel seals, whatever it is. But anyway, that'll screw right on there. Attach a rubber hose on there, throw that hose in that hole, it'll fit 3/8. And then you just squeeze the bottle. You try to elevate it as high as you can. I know I won't be able to show you underneath the car, so that's why I'm telling you all this good stuff now. And you don't want to put it in before you try to slide that transmission up in, because it's going to come out the rear tail shaft, I promise you. Actually, we're not going to do this because I forgot. We have another thing that we're doing to this car, which I will mention later and tell you why later, or I'll just tell you now. So hopefully the next episode we'll be switching the rear end, and the reason why is the gear ratios. That was made for a standard transmission Iroc Z. That one that's in it was not. 273 gear, and I believe that one's a 327 gear, and it's a 9-bolt. Odd rear end. Borg Warner differential. It's kind of neat, you know, that's different. But yeah, we're going to swap it, throw it in here, and then that way the motor, trans, differential, they'll all match as far as they should work together just fine. Which, you know, they would with the other rear end, but, you know, why not go with a better gear anyway, right? Just saying. All right, guys, we're going to manhandle this transmission up in there, and hopefully we don't have to drop it to recut our hole any. We might, I don't know. Time will tell. But I'll let you know how good we did on that too. The bell housing bolts, those went easy. They're extremely easy to reach if you do it like this, rather than if you bolt that on there. There is a method to the madness. It's a lot easier to put this standard transmission in like this. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Because then you have 4 of these bolts that bolt right there to the bell housing, and that's it. And they are easy to get to. So if I were you and you were me, well, obviously this is the way I'd do it. So that's my good tidbit for that. Again, I'm gonna put grease on the end of the input shaft, and That way so that slides. I don't think I'm putting any here for the simple reason this goes in the clutch. And I don't think we need any grease on a clutch. Nope, pretty sure we don't. I'm gonna Google it. But I'm pretty sure friction and grease and not a good combo. So, back to work, all right? I'll let you know how much I struggle with this sucker. And we might have to call on our friend, Harbinese Freight, Jack. Yeah. All right, well, here we go. Here goes nothing, right? Guys, I can't express this enough. Whew. If you don't have any friends, get on Facebook and like, just start randomly requesting people. Because even though it wasn't heavy, it was awkward, but we got it up there. And I'll show you roughly how. So, as you can see, I do have the jack underneath. However, I had to manhandle it. I raised the jack a little bit through the transmission nose up in the transmission bell housing, and then I wiggled it up there a little bit, tried to, you know, get it just right, and then the jack was too far away, so I had to let transmission down, and then I scooted the jack closer, and then I figured out I had to raise the jack before I got it under because of these stinking things that I used instead of jack stands. Usually I can reach outside. Yeah, my hands are filthy now. Usually I can reach outside here with my leg and just like raise the jack with my leg, because I've put in a lot of transmissions by myself. I don't have any friends. But anyway, that's another discussion. Not for now. So, we may be really close on this. We may have missed it by just a tad bit, maybe. And if we did, that's fine. You know, that's all right. I ain't worried about it. But I'm gonna throw these bolts in the bell housing, them four I showed you that mount the transmission to the bell housing. I'm gonna tighten those suckers down. Actually, I have to find one, because at the time I gathered all of these parts, this garage didn't exist. I didn't have that Jeep. I didn't have the Golden Chariot. Didn't have the Green Monster. None of it. I was building this stuff out in my daggone driveway. I'm really not kidding you. The very first episode was actually in the attached garage at the house. And I mean, I just had to start doing it. What the heck? I was like, you know, I'm building a garage. Let's just go ahead and make an episode. And then I made a few more, and they was probably, actually, you know what? The Green Monster was filmed right here, roughly, whenever this place had a dirt floor in it. Man, it seems like it was long ago, but it was actually earlier this year. So, I guess I'm reminiscing or something. I don't know. What the heck's going on? I got stuff to do. I can't do this. This is for a later show. Why am I just sitting here gabbing? I gotta see how close we are on this hole in for the shifter, right? And here I am just gabbing. Oh yeah, I'm still doing it, ain't I? Okay. Well, we're gonna get back to work. We're gonna button that up down there, put the bolts in, find a bolt hopefully, and then it's cross member time, or at least it should be. And that'll tell us, whenever I get the bolts in, I'll raise the transmission all the way up. That'll tell us if I need to make a little extra wider hole there, which I may have to extend it like half an inch or so. We'll just see. It's hard to tell, but give me a minute and we'll see how we did. Well, we got it all bolted up in there, and just as I thought, we're a little off on the transmission hole. Giggity. Not by much. I mean, you know, Like seriously, probably could have come down to that rust spot right meow, and you know, did it like that. But as far as the width, we're dead on it. But we're just going to, we probably should have come down to this dirty old rust spot. So if you got the same rust spot, you know, just go down there and just, I thought maybe it was too far. Perhaps it's not. And it'll be fine because we got this big old giant boot that covers all of that. See what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about, oh no, I got too big a hole in. I don't give a crap. This thing, I'm not building it for anybody else. I'm building it for me. So, I mean, you guys will know that it's got a bigger hole in the shift floor, and it's originally an automatic and not a 5-speed car, but you know, it doesn't matter. These cars anymore, any of them that's even mildly collectible. I mean, that car over there, you know, whenever I get done with it, I am 100% sure I'm going to screw up at least 127 things on it. Hopefully not all at once, but I'll guarantee you I do. And it's not because I'm going to rush anything or anything like that. It's because I don't know. You learn from your mistakes. You watch YouTube videos. Hey, how are you? And you just delve in and you try to do it. This, I haven't seen anybody do any kind of real, this is how you install 5-speed in an Iroc. Believe me, I looked. There's not really any good videos. This may not be one either, but at least I'm giving it a whirl. I'm trying. So what we're going to do is cover that hole right there. We're going to stuff it full of paper towel, break out our grinding wheel, cut down again. If you have air, I absolutely suggest air along with hearing protection, eye protection, probably gloves too. And if your car is a 1980s smoker car, look for a burned cigarette that's been sitting since at least 92. So it really did rely. I ought to put that sucker in a plaque somewhere, wherever it was. I mean, it was like a legit Marlboro or something, or it probably was Marlboro. I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's a cheapie. Who cares? But I'm gonna get to cutting that hole, then we'll shove it the rest of the way up. But I'm gonna take these cheap old shop rags, doesn't matter how many you use, stuff them down in that hole, that way so no debris gets in there. Also, try not to light it on fire while you're cutting. Probably a good idea. So maybe I should use cloth. It's not gonna take me that long, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. That sounds about like the right thing to do, right? So anyway, just cover it up so you don't get metal shavings down in your transmission. That would be a real bad thing to do right now. And then we're going to throw the cross member in it, transmission mount, and I think we're going to call it a night, because the next step we'll be doing is rear end. We're going to switch the rear end in it, and then I got to fix some wires off of the camera here. Whoever decided to do some wiring 101 with some butt connectors and not any kind of, you know, any kind of good stuff that you should use. I mean, look at this. Come on now. Why would, well, come on. That only goes through your coil. Only your coil, you know? So, you know, you kind of need that thing to work so your car runs. But anyway, guys, I'm rambling. Is it late? Can't tell. It's like, yeah, there's no windows in here. So anyway, I'm gonna cut that out, and I'll let you know if I run into anything else that I didn't expect. All right, stick around. All right, so I had to widen and lengthen the hole for the transmission because she was hitting, you know, right there-ish. So we just widened it a little bit. She fits just perfectly now, sort of ish. We did mount the cross member the Harbinese freight. She's out the way. Thank you for your help there, friend. And then you got her all mounted up. I mean, she's a ragu, baby. She's in there. Now hopefully, where did it go? Okay, so hopefully you guys grabbed all your own parts, because this right here, this fella, this is what goes to your slave cylinder. And she bolts up with 2 10 millimeters like that. And if you don't have this, this is really just a protective cover. I mean, you can get bolt and nut, put it on there, but like I say, if you're gonna try to do this, might as well try to do it right, you know. Like for the reverse lights and all that, I haven't fooled with that yet. Probably won't for a while, until I get this thing where I want it. AKA whenever I get caught up on a few more things. Whenever it's probably already sanded, primered, painted, you know, all that good stuff. But because to me, reverse lights, they're essential, but they're not going to stop this car from running. That's just the way I feel. So all we're going to do tonight to wrap up this episode, I'm just going to put this sucker on, and then I'm going to call it a night because it is late. It's a little cold, and I'm wearing my jacket so I don't mess up all these shirts too bad, because come this summer, you know, I get to rock all my friggin' Right Turn Garage TV shirts. You know what I mean? It makes me excited. So I don't want to mess all these up too bad to where they're too grungy looking for summertime. Now, grungy time in the summer, it's going to happen. I'll probably have to buy more, or just dig out more t-shirts, and because I ain't kidding you, these are old t-shirts. Why buy brand new ones if you're going to wear them out here in the shop and mess them up, right? Makes sense. Guys, I think this is the Christmas episode. If it is, happy holidays to you and yours. Merry Christmas. And thanks for everybody for watching. Hopefully I can get one out before New Year's. We're going to try. Hopefully we can. It's a tight schedule, so hopefully we can. If I can't, happy New Year's to you also. Thanks so much for watching, and it's only going to get better, guys. Thanks for staying around. Thanks for keep on watching the episodes. And, you know, thanks for hitting that like button. I appreciate everything you guys say, even if it's a little, you know, busting me in the chops kind of thing. Like I said, this is all made in fun, so hopefully you guys are having fun along with me. And as always, guys, is it? Yeah, I think is it down there? I think it is. It's in one of these. I know it is. So if you don't mind, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Tell your friends. You know, hey, you know, do you want to know how to do a 5-speed swap on an Iroc for no reason? She may get an LS swap before we're done. I don't even know. Anyway, I'm going to go pick up a little secret weapon for the old golden chariot this weekend. You guys will see that very shortly. It may be the New Year's episode, so I'm pretty excited about it. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and y'all have a great weekend, great holiday, and Merry Christmas.